Welcome back to the news at 10. A common sight in communities ravaged by conflict in northern Nigeria is the presence of armed soldiers and other security forces. However, in Rio Mbaki Ladi local government areas of Plateau State, security operatives are offering more than protection to residents. Our next report examines the contribution of these military officials to the development of the state's education.
Life is returning to normal around Gindi Akwate district of Barakin Ladi local government area of Plateau State. Armed soldiers and members of various security services provide security for residents who had earlier been at the receiving end of attacks by herdsmen. They are members of the Special Task Force, codenamed Operation Safe Haven, charged with the responsibility of maintaining law and order. It does not end there for the security forces. They are also found around the premises of the schools, offering another very critical service. Both students and teachers fled the schools when sectarian and ethnic violence held sway in these areas. With the return of peace, the students also return, but not the teachers. The security forces had to step into the vacuum.
Lecturing them in their schools, telling them there is need for cohabitants, for them to live together, and give them what we have. You can see all the officers and men teaching them in their classes. It's a way of bringing peace down and making them to see reasons to live together. As you see in the class there, Fulanis are there, Biroms are there, Chalas are in the class. So they see themselves as brothers and sisters.
Members of the task force engage in teaching subjects like English language, mathematics, social studies and economics. Their efforts are complemented by volunteer teachers in preparing the students for both the junior and senior West African examinations councils.
We have only 3 government teachers in this school. 3 government teachers. And it's unfortunate. Most of the teachers that you see here are teachers that have volunteered to come and only help.
We will continue doing our best so that the school rise up, because there's no how we leave our community and go and work somewhere. And these teachers, seriously, we are not benefiting anything. And we want the government, if they will employ teachers, let them employ. If they will not employ teachers, some of us have the qualification.
Some of the students are quite intrigued at the presence of military officers in their classrooms, dispensing knowledge in addition to securing their communities.
Military people have been of good help to us and a great achievement through the school. I've been part of the school since they have already come over for those peacekeeping, so they usually used to come and help us and assist us with some lectures that we required.
We need government to help us with some staffs in our school so that we could be able to gain some other things.
Commander of the task force, Major General Tagbo, donates writing materials to the schools. He urges the students to make the most of military intervention in their schools and be committed to their studies.
I want to encourage you, students, to read hard. There is no alternative to hard work. There is diligence in labor. If you work hard, you will be better than me.
Insecurity in the area has led the state government to transfer the teachers out of the area, leading to acute shortage of teaching personnel.
We commend the military for exhibition of this duty of care. While appreciating this effort, government finds it expedient to quickly do something with respect to recruiting the appropriate teachers that will go and relieve the military from this duty that they are doing so that they can face their own proper duty.
In addition to providing teaching assistance in the schools, military intervention has restored confidence and stability to the communities, encouraging other displaced persons to return to their homes. But most importantly, it has also encouraged cordial military and civilian relations.
Internally displaced persons from Goza in Borno State who were relocated to Abuja, the nation's capital, have been speaking on their decision not to return to their communities in the northeast. The secretary of the camp, Mr. Enoch Johanna, says although they're excited about the progress of the military in its clear-out operations, the displaced persons may not return home until security operations are completed. Our correspondent, Amaka Okafo, reports.
It's a typical Sunday at the Goza Community Internally Displaced Persons Camp in the Apo area of the nation's capital. Not much has changed at this unofficial camp. Makeshift houses, poor sanitary conditions and lack of basic amenities. But the people continue to make do with what they have. While some find time to share in a game of cards, others engage themselves in doing menial jobs to provide food for their loved ones. Although they are happy with the progress being made by the military in recovering many communities in the northeast, the last thing on their mind is to return home. Mariam Amos and Francis Yakubu say their reluctance to return home is because it is not yet safe in many communities occupied by the insurgents.
When the dams mun bar sa dutse suna fitowa cikin Goza suna fitowa zuwa nan.
Brothers were there for Borno State, but they never reach for that. They never, if they reach some, then go feel go back to their village, but they are come back. Now then come tell us about say this our village, not anybody for that our village, or not anybody who go see for that village.
The leader of the camp, Mr. Enoch Johanna, agreed with the position. He explains that their communities are yet to be fully liberated, and as such, returning home is not on the cards yet. Mr. Johanna says they are more eager to return home because of the poor living conditions in their camp. He, however, says some of the displaced persons have relocated to other neighboring states for economic reasons, pending when their communities are declared safe for return.
If someone says in that region, that goes east, that is peace, I doubt that he's saying he's very, very wrong, because I guess that he's part of them, because they are taking their operation there strongly, and it is still no-go area.
The residents of this camp say their return depends on a few conditions that government must meet.
If soldier carry their many soldiers go back to their village, we know say they don't carry their people where go soldiers go village. We can maybe we go follow them for their back, but if you not see anybody, we can't go back to their village just like that.
The security should be tight. At least they have to roll out all those elements that are chasing people out. Then the people will rush back. We don't need any prophet to tell us that leave this camp and go back home. No, when there is peace, we will go back home.
One thing is certain, these Nigerians are tired of their living conditions and are no doubt ready to return home. They want the federal government to do more than liberate their communities, but ensure the security of lives and properties before they can return home. Amaka Okafo, Channels Television News.
The National Emergency Management Agency says it is concerned about the condition of internally displaced persons in Kaduna and other neighboring states in the northwest zone. NEMA and residents in Kaduna State are appealing to government and corporate organizations to come to the aid of these displaced persons who are in need of improved social amenities.
Now you're talking. NEMA says over 4,000 displaced persons are currently scattered in some parts of Kaduna, namely Igabi, Chikun, Kaduna North and Kagarko local government areas. Many of them were sacked from their communities as a result of the insurgency in the northeastern states of Borno, Yobe, Taraba, Gombe, Bauchi and Adamawa. Unlike in Borno, Adamawa and Yobe states, where there are IDP camps constructed by government and also secured, investigations show that there is no formal IDP camp in Kaduna, a situation that makes it impossible to identify the internally displaced persons.
I experienced many things in this crisis because alone I sleep outside 4 to 3 days, no eating, no drinking anything.
NEMA is also worried that those IDPs who have been asked by government to return to their states refuse to do so, in spite of the presence of formal camps in these states. The agency's head of relief and rehabilitation in the Northwest Zone, Dahiru Yusuf, notes that the situation in Kaduna is highly deplorable and requires urgent attention.
Some have shifted from one location to the other, and that is what we have been working on, trying to know how many of them are left and where they are now, because they keep on changing location. They move from one area to the other in search of maybe work to do and keep their family going.
With no hope of when they'll go back to their communities, some young men among the IDPs have engaged themselves in menial jobs, while the children have resorted to street begging. Sometimes they receive humanitarian support from non-governmental organizations.
For almost 4 years, we have been catering for them. We give them food quarterly, but as you can see, this year we only gave them once. We intend to reach out to about, including the IDPs and the vulnerable, the destitute among us, like 5,000 people. But for now, we only cater for about 1,200 people. We are still waiting because the government have sent their team to come and investigate and make research about the existence of these widows and the orphans. So they have come last week. We are still waiting for their positive response.
Community leaders on their part want government to intensify efforts towards resettling the IDPs.
Individuals and government should come to the aid of organizations like this, so that these widows, these IDPs will also have a sense of belonging. Their needs are simple. They are not only talking about shelter, they are talking about basic needs like food, which is very, very important for the survival of human. And we should also look at a way of integrating them to the society. The issue of entrepreneurship training should also be extended to the IDPs and the widows that are already existing in the camps, including the rights privilege.
Pending when normalcy will return to the northeast, those who provide humanitarian aid say there is much to be done on the part of security agencies in profiling the internally displaced persons so that they don't constitute any security threat to their host communities.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
When the News at 10 returns, we'll be talking more about the state of IDP camps in Kaduna State. I'll be joined on the News at 10 by the Abuja coordinator for NEMA, Mr. Ishaya Chinoko, who joins us from our studios in Abuja. Plus, Egypt's Zamalek beats Nigeria's Aimba 1-0 in the group phase of the CAF Champions League. We'll have more in sports news. Please stay with us.